Hi everyone, Sharon here with Max Senior. I went to Port Costa this past weekend because I had heard of an art exhibit that I wanted to see at a place called the Theater of Dreams. But when I got there, the Theater of Dreams was closed. So I didn't get to see that particular art exhibit, but there was still so many other things to see in this sweet little town. This is the Bull Valley Inn, and it has been fine dining for, I believe, over 100 years. It's really good. And the buildings in this town are really old. But it was the stopping place for the 49ers. They would come here and take the ferry over to Benicia and then head on up to the Placers. And at times there was a 2-week wait in this little town to go across on the ferry. But each weekend there's music, so I'll let you hear some of it.
If you don't want me woman, honey, just say it, so that's all. All look good first. I can't get myself no women, an attitude man or a passenger train home. All this planning.
There's lots of antique shops that have sometimes really beautiful things in there and sometimes things from your past. I love this sign. You are here. And can you imagine how old this bench must be? It just looks ancient. This is another view of the town, the sidewalk going down towards the Bull Valley Inn and the river. And this was a very interesting house. It had a tree sort of in relief on the side of it. And then this olive tree in front, we wondered, what are those things hanging? And it's a wish tree. People write their wishes. Here's one that says she wishes for her aunt to beat cancer. There were just sweet wishes all over this tree. And isn't this an interesting looking house? That's what I meant by there are newer houses in amongst the old houses. And this was the gateway to an antique shop, curio shop. I love the ironwork around it. I just love that kind of stuff. And this is a Buddhist singing bowl. And you couldn't really hear this real well. Listen. But this one was real obvious. Isn't that amazing? But then it was time to go searching for this gentleman. His name is Clayton Bailey, and he lives in Port Costa, but what we found out was that he has a museum of his artwork in Crockett. So we were off to Crockett next. And right away you can tell just by driving up that it's not your normal museum.
My wife and I have been doing our artwork for about 55 years. The last 45 years has been here in Crockett. And we've had this museum that you're visiting for the past 4 years.
Okay. His wife Betty creates whimsical and touching drawings, and his art is all ceramic and metal. Let's watch this guy burble up. So I was curious about this guy, and so Mr. Bailey came and demonstrated.
This is a screaming demon. I like to tease him.
And his wife told me that he threw these pots on the same wheel that he uses for his larger pieces. And they were all just little perfect, tiny things like his big things. I really liked this guy. His whole shop just made me laugh and laugh. This was another one of my favorites. I think it was called Coffee Pot Chasing Coffee Cups. Let me see. What does that say? Yeah, Coffee Pot Chasing Cups, or Chases Cups. Don't those forks look like feet? So that's it, folks. You should go visit it yourself. It's a real kick. Thanks for coming with me.